Hello, old friend. I was looking through my Instagram recently, viewing the profile of an old friend. My last message to them was, I miss you. The reply, I miss you more. Are you still abroad? I must have not seen the message, or maybe I saw it but was too busy to answer, or I was going through uncertainties with my living situation and couldn't explain that my days with immigration were done and I hadn't yet caught my safety net, so I wasn't sure if I was going to be abroad much longer. I think I just didn't see it. All I know is that when I saw the message now that I miss this old friend again, I wanted to reply, yes, I'm still abroad, LOL. But then I looked at the date. It was October 2024. What is the statute of limitations on replying to messages from an old friend? Is there a statute of limitations? I'm generally a bad texter, and my baby brother brought this to my attention. He said, Sigi, when it shows that the message has arrived, but you do not reply immediately, the message is sent to the sender is that you are rude and do not value that conversation. So they don't bother reaching out again. He could be right. I think he is right. 5 years after graduation from med school, I can count on one hand the people I still speak to regularly. I wasn't popular by any means, but I was able to maintain friendships with at least half my class during the program. I guess it's true that out of sight is out of mind. When we left school, some got jobs right away and others remained behind and worked for free or became housewives. 5 years later, and my cohort looks vastly different. That time taught me a lot about communication with my friends. A simple "how are you" can be constituted differently depending on who you asked. If the unemployed asked the employed, it would probably be to ask for some sort of help or recommendation, and the power shift in that equilibrium was palpable and left a bad taste in the mouth. I was always bad at texting, but I learned not everyone is interested in your sob story about unemployment or depression or whatever was going on in your life at the moment. They asked just to be polite. So I learned to filter my answers based on who was asking. Do they really want to know? Are they just being polite? Do I want them to know? Am I being rude? A simple question like "how are you" had a lot of nuance to it. More than being a bad tester, I'm a bad liar. When I get that question and I'm currently down, but I can't talk about it, I'll put off answering the question until sometimes I find myself with 70 unread conversations on WhatsApp. A simple "I'm fine" feels like I'm lying, and I can't bring myself to say it. Being a doctor just gave me the excuse I needed to get out of everything. Sometimes it was real, other times I put off replying until I forgot about the message. Now it's a year later and I'm okay, but replying "I'm okay" will seem ridiculous. The statute of limitations has passed, and I don't think they are still interested. Moses told me to reply either way, that if I don't want to lie, I can say "I'm not doing well right now, but I don't feel like talking about it," so that the person knows that you saw the message and value them enough to reply. My answer to that was, what if now they get interested in why I'm not okay and ask for an update later on? What if my emotions become a monsoon and I'm having bad day after bad day after bad day for months? When does it start becoming weird that this person I'm talking to is always not okay, but I'm not allowed to ask about it? Why is she mentioning it to me anyway? I think it all comes down to the type of friend. Growing up has taught me there are friends who will grow with you and those who are there for a season. There's nothing wrong with the season of friends. There are storms you cannot go through without the season of friends. They cheer you up and carry you and pray for you while you're on their station. Them being seasonal does not diminish the truth or the intensity of the friendship. The reality is that there are places they may be going that you are not meant to follow. Then there are the sort of permanent friends who are stuck on you like white on rice, who, even though they are going through their own lives, will keep tabs on you and catch you when you fall, even now. They might or might not be offended by you saying I'm fine a year later, but they are more likely to laugh about it and chalk it up to you and your bad texting habits without much offense. My lesson from the conversation with my little brother is 1. I will be replying to every message if I can. It's a common courtesy not to ghost a friend, and I know from experience that it hurts to feel unwanted or unworthy of a reply. Adult relationships are strongly embedded in subtext, and it is very rare that people say the quiet part out loud. I may fail to say I'm fine because at the moment I am not fine, but they may think, she now has a job and she feels like I'm begging for help, so she won't even reply to a simple how are you. There's nothing wrong with an I'm okay even if I don't feel like it right now. I'll call it manifesting instead of lying. Rich of me to say that when this channel has been vacant for most of this year, I could go on to explain that 2025 did not turn out like I hoped it would, and that the plot twists left me breathless and depressed to the point that waking up and leaving was a win, and that was all the energy I could master. Or I could just say, hello old friend, I missed you too. And I hope that the statute of limitation has not yet passed. Dear Holiness, here is a painting of a little girl enjoying her time on a swing over a sunset. Don't ask me about the blue. I also don't know how come there's blue in the middle of the picture, but it's how I was feeling and that's how I painted it at that moment. I hope you enjoy.